they think they got theirs from Empire Diner in the Valley. They went out to eat one day when they were down getting stuff for the Jenny. And then they must have contracted it there is all they could think, because it's right next to the testing place. And they make you wait 2 hours after you show up. So it must be a lot of, they put it all together after the fact, but
People are hanging out there.
yeah, so.
Michelle, can you hear me?
I can, Robin.
We're gonna start off today with the fire contract, just to get it out of the way. It's gonna take 20 seconds, I think.
Sure.
We're satisfied with all the changes that the town came back with?
I am. And I think going forward, we'll just include those in the other jurisdictions' contracts. But if it satisfies them at this point to enter into the contract, I think that it's worthwhile to just move forward to keep this going so that we can bring, the village into compliance with Department of Health regulations.
Yeah, okay. How about the, say, harmless line there, to the extent the village insurance coverage is, they struck that. Is that all right? We're liable for more than our coverage now?
No, so just read to me the particular portion that you're referring to again.
Indemnification, village agrees to defend, indemnify, and save harmless to the extent of the village's insurance coverage is what we had. They struck that, subject to the provisions and limitations of section 205 of GML.
Yes, but that is acceptable because keep in mind that any liability is arising as a result of the service that the village is providing.
Okay, thank you.
So in other words, we're not incurring liability as a result of the town's actions. It would be as a result of our own actions.
Okay, all right. Are you ready? And before we go, did you, let's start with the I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. All right, welcome to the special meeting of the Village Board of Trustees. We're here tonight to discuss a potential solution or at least working toward a solution for the raw water line. But before we get started, I want to see if it's all right for us to accept this fire contract with the town. If you may recall, the town came back with some changes that they wanted to see. Most notably was the enumeration and the limits of our own insurance. They wanted that actually put into the contract. And that was pretty much it. Just those couple of wordings that I spoke with our attorney just a few minutes ago. If we can get this resolved tonight, we can send out that contract with changes and then we get them online and get their money and their service going. What do you need for that, Dan?
A motion.
Okay, and you were satisfied that nothing else changed in this contract, right? You looked through it?
Yeah, I just wrote under Clerk Barra that obviously it would just be the town of Richfield for this.
Correct.
This, okay, so that's.
Well, you were gonna review it to make sure they hadn't changed
They
anything.
did, it was all reviewed, Harry graciously did that.
All right, I figured so much. All right, so then a motion, please, to accept the resolution authorizing the village of Richfield Springs to hold, to authorize us to extend this agreement to the town. Motion
Make the motion.
and a second.
Second.
Thank you. All right, vote yes?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, thank you. Now, on to the business of the evening. We have, this evening, the community block grants, development block grants have been opened up, and we have, we may have an opportunity to get some money from some of those grants to help with the solutions up on Towns Lake Road and the raw water lines that are up there. We have Michelle Kennedy, our attorney for the village. Do we have, is McManus and Company on yet? Did you see them?
I don't think that they intended to participate in this particular meeting.
Okay, all right, then Michelle, would you take it over there? You can,
Sure. So just to provide the board and anyone listening some background information with respect to the raw water lines project. Ordinarily, you would have the option of severing the lines with the lines not being in compliance with federal and state regulations, and of course, running outside of the village. However, under the particular circumstances of this matter, there's a 1914 appellate decision case that requires the village to supply water to the properties that were the subject of that case. And the water rights run as far back as the late 19th century. What the court decided in that case was that the village, as a part of its consideration for the property purchase, included water rights. And so it's on that premise that the village is bound to continue to provide water to these properties. The responsibility of the village has been recognized by the Department of Health, and the board is aware that in late 2020, the Department of Health issued findings of violation and also a stipulation without any penalty at this point in time, but it does provide a rigorous schedule that the village will follow to bring the water lines into compliance. And what that means is providing treated water to these particular properties. So we have been keeping our eye out for potential sources of funding. And the CDBG program offers an excellent opportunity. There's not a guarantee that we would receive the funding, and funding will be contingent upon a income survey that will be particular to the properties being served. But nonetheless, we want to move forward with the prerequisite procedural steps so that we are positioned to apply. The deadline is March 5th. So we're moving at a fairly rapid pace in order to meet that deadline. And one of the very first requirements, in addition to the income survey for the subject properties, is to hold a public hearing. So I've provided to Dale a draft hearing resolution to that effect that would set a public hearing for February 3rd at 7 p.m. And the board may have copies of that, or it could be read aloud if the board wishes. But we stand to qualify for up to $1,250,000, dependent upon the particular factors. And the notice of funding availability cited $20 million being available. In total, most recently, the application materials provided by CDBG have referenced 49 million. And of course, those would be a wide range of projects, but the village certainly has a great need, particularly in light of the circumstances that the Department of Health has recognized. So I think it's certainly worthwhile to pursue this. There will be procurement rules going forward that we will be subject to. And we will work to meet those requirements. There's also going to be some secret review involved, and some review under the National Environmental Act. So we'll have to, again, take those various procedural steps. But the amount of money has the potential to cover the expenses with respect to the project. So certainly worth pursuing.
Okay. Do we need to read this out loud?
It's based upon the board's preference, Robin. The substance of the resolution is to set a public hearing for February 3rd at 7 p.m. And the purpose of the public hearing is to provide the opportunity for the public to comment as to any potential applications for the CDBG grant, as well as to learn more about the CDBG program.
Well, if there's no objection, I can read this. I think you've drawn on for quite a while. But we would like to set the hearing for February 3rd, 2021 at 7 p.m. in this building, under the guidelines of the current COVID-19 emergency executive orders. We also have a provision in here for Zoom participation and submission of written comments. I think that was for 30 days after the hearing, right?
For up to, it will be for 15 days up to. It will run through February 18th, though, which is approximately 15 days after the hearing. And the public should plan to participate in the hearing via Zoom, given the COVID regulations. And that will be, fully provided within the notice, the meeting ID and code that will be published in the Daily Star as of this Friday. So all of the information will appear in the public notice that will appear in the Daily Star this Friday.
And it is on the website.
And it's on the website also, great, thank you. So if I could get a motion then to adopt this resolution authorizing the village of Richfield Springs to hold a public hearing related to the submission of one or more community development block grants, CDBG, applications for the year, the program year 2020. And a second,
I'll second.
and a vote,
Yes.
and yes, thank you.
Can we get Barb to vote?
Yeah, Barb, you have a vote?
Yes.
Thank you.
For both motions.
Oh, sorry, Barb, I did forget that you were over there. Would you like to offer a vote for the fire department agreement?
Yes.
Thank you. Sorry about that.
It's okay.
I'll get used to it just in time to have you come back. All right. Do we have any other discussion at this table? Is there anything you'd like to add?
Can I just ask a question, Robin?
Please do.
When this goes through, what are our requirements, if you know, for testing the water and stuff?
Okay. I don't think we do know, do we, Michelle?
Barb, the requirements would not be any different than those that would be applicable to the treated water being distributed throughout the village at this point in time. So you will be subject to the same regulations, and which makes sense because it's coming through your treatment facility. And that's the intention. Right now, the raw water lines run from the reservoir directly to the home, so the water's not being treated, and that is the problem. Whereas this will redirect the water to the treatment facility and then distribute to the homes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, anything else? Is there anything else anybody needs to add? Lisa? Dale, you have anything? There's no further business at this table. I'll look for a motion to adjourn. And thank everybody for participating tonight. And a second, thank you.
Yes. Yes.
And yes.
Barb, thank you.
Thank you.
I'm gonna, all right, I'm gonna see.